Okay, greetings everyone. This is First Centurion 753 with the next episode of Geopolitical Simulator 4, Power and Revolution, Irish Imperialism. Let's see, last episode. Well, I've been getting a lot of flack on the channel, comments about my attempts to sell fish to France, I guess, was a big issue. So let's take a look. Let's first start off by going in and take a look at the fish. I wasn't really doing this for economic purposes, FYI, just throwing that out there. And it was a 7 a.m. recording, so I don't really remember much. But obviously that's no excuse, because I am here to satisfy the fans. So let's just take a look at the fish market. Maybe we can get a better fish deal somewhere else. World information. Alright, Ireland right now sells fish for 4,108. Who is the biggest purchaser of fish? I think I was trying to sell to France. Everyone, well, actually, I don't know if we're gonna find anybody actually that's a better purchaser. Is that how that works? I don't think we're gonna sell fish to anybody. All right, forget about it. All right, no deal on fish. Fish stink. Okay. Anyways, next move. What do we have here? Interesting strategy proposed by Occidental. When I was talking about in the last episode about why all these, I sort of did sort of a complaint about why these the intelligence agency was continuing to ask me to assassinate people, and I just sort of went off on that for a little bit. But the suggestion is to use that tool to assassinate leaders who are moral leaders in order to get an immoral leader into the country. Now I'm assuming that Venezuela and Cuba I don't have to worry about, but getting the immoral leader into the country is beneficial, because then they might do something immoral, which would eventually lead to them right here, moral character, very nice. Actually, the Venezuelan leader has a pretty decent moral character, so maybe we should assassinate them. But I'm actually not worried about them right away. By assassinating a moral leader, you could get an immoral leader in, and then they could do something like the Cuban leader did. And what did Cuba do? Purchase nuclear weapons from a foreign power. We have proof for it. So the whole strategy there is to assassinate moral leaders to get immoral leaders in there, so they can do something immoral, and then I can declare war on them. As far as Cuba right now, they do have a bigger army than us, and I wanted to actually look at some military comparisons this episode, just to see how these countries do comparatively to us militarily. I assume Cuba has a pretty strong, decent army. Well, they're small, but I assume they have more military equipment. So let's look into security here. I just want to check out tanks and armored cars. That's always an important number. We've got 12. Cuba, and I'm probably gonna miss it because let's see, where's Cuba? Get off of that. Okay, Cuba, tanks and armored cars. I can just click on it. Oh my god, they got 2,100 tanks and armored cars to our 12. So yeah, we're not ready to fight Cuba for sure. How many fighter planes do they have? We have none. Cuba has 171 to our 0. And just look at the Navy just to get an idea, just to get a number. Cruisers and frigates, we've got 5. Cuba's got 2. Oh, so we got them at sea, but they'll kick our butts with the fighters, the fighter aircraft. The United States has 86 frigates. What about Cape Verde? They have 1 frigate. Trinidad and Tobago has 3 frigates. How do they do on fighters? Fighters and submarines. Fighter planes. Cape Verde. Cape Verde, I don't think has any fighters. Doesn't look like. I don't think Cape Verde has any aircraft fighters. No, they're definitely not on the list. What about Trinidad and Tobago? Fighter planes. They've got 5. Alright, so we're definitely going to need to buy some new fighter planes. And again, that was the idea was trading with France was to improve relations, even though relations are pretty good. But I wanted to try to get a meeting with them because I wanted to actually negotiate for a base somewhere down in the Caribbean. Alright, so Trinidad and Tobago, let's take a look at this leader. Do we want to assassinate him? Look at him. Financial aid to political parties revealed. So I could bribe him, I guess. Moral character, he's pretty nice moral character, 12. So we'll kill him if the opportunity comes into play. To try to get an immoral character in there so we can go to war. Cape Verde. And these are the first 2 targets of our Atlantic expansion. Usually I like to play more of a moral game. You know, I'm trying to be a nice guy and everything, and I don't really try to do horrible things, but we're gonna go Machiavellian, I guess, because this is imperialism, Irish imperialism, and this guy's very nice moral character. He definitely needs to get assassinated, so we'll take him out. Those 2 we'll take out in preparation to invade those islands. I guess we've got a stronger navy than both of them. The one big concern with Trinidad and Tobago, I guess, is those aircraft fighters. But I should have 3 more cruisers on the way. Let me check out submarines, too. I should pay attention to that. I know they don't have any aircraft carriers, but if they have submarines, that could be an issue. And zoom in again. Trinidad and Tobago has none. Cape Verde has none, so I don't have to worry about submarines either. Do we have submarines? I don't remember. I don't have any. Maybe I should buy some. Okay, so really just have to worry about the fighters are the main issue for Trinidad and Tobago. Where is their airfield? That's their airfield right there. So if I am going to end up going to war with them, that would be the first target. Take out that airfield, and then we should be able to take the rest of them because we have an army of twice the size. Of course, I'd like to get my forces positioned there sometime soon. And in order to do that, I will need a military base somewhat nearby. We are building a port here. I guess I can station my troops at that port, so we don't have to worry too much about that. And we'll save some cash. Again, surplus isn't huge, but I really want to try to pay down the debt. The more debt you pay down, the greater your surplus is going to be. So I do want to try to improve the economic situation a little bit. It is December of 2017. Inflation is still climbing, creeping, I think. We have creeping inflation here, but it keeps creeping up. 4%, 4.1%. Unemployment's kind of creeping up a little bit, and growth is creeping down. So, yeah, I did want to make a deal with France over something. What can I sell France? Sell to France. They won't meet with me, but let's see if we can get a contract. Alright, so I'll try to pay more attention to the numbers this time. I apologize. Another suggestion out there has been to try to do a global conquest. Interesting with this game is I never really... The one thing like, global conquest doesn't really appeal to me for some reason. I mean, just because it doesn't seem realistic. I don't think countries overall would be... Like, there's never been a global empire, and I don't think any country would ever be able to do it, realistically. Although, you know, games out there like Europa Universalis and Hearts of Iron, you know, it's tough to do, but it's definitely feasible to get a global empire. In this game, the one thing that appealed to me with this game was that it wasn't really one that you would go for a global empire. Beef is something I have. But I guess I can try. I mean, the only close attempt I've ever done for Conquest series is the Greek series that's out there, which wasn't really, the purpose wasn't to conquer, but it turned into almost a conquest game, and then the economy crashed on me. Alright, so our sale price is high, their purchase price is low, so no deal with the beef there. What is that next one? Chemicals. Chemicals. not gonna happen there. Not gonna work. I guess because our economy is actually pretty good with Ireland. Ireland has one of the highest GDPs. It's gonna be tough to find stuff to sell. GDP per capita, excuse me. It's gonna be tough to find stuff to sell people. They might buy that, but I don't know. Milk, pork is another one, and then sheep are the only other options. I don't think there's too much. Oh, sugar beets is another thing I think I might be able to sell. Nope, not gonna happen there. Sheep, nope. Sugar beets, nope. Okay, so we're not selling anything to anybody, basically. Our stuff is just too overpriced, probably. What is that?
The funeral will take place next week.
Who's this guy?
Do you want to attend this
Halfless.
ceremony?
I don't know who he is. Commit suicide. I feel bad. We'll see what happens. See if I get a negative for attending somebody's suicide funeral. Politically.
Sharing this moment of intense spirituality with the
I've got enough room here to. You know, the other thing I could do. I could take a neoliberal economic approach to Ireland and really just start cutting taxes. Yuck! Look at the inflation; it's still creeping up. I guess I should probably cut that VA tax. Let's pay off the debt for the year and see where we are at the end of the year. And then I'll consider other adjustments. Tourism is also something I wanted to try to push up a little bit. We could cut some smaller taxes here. Airline tax. Maybe I could cut that. That's not really a lot of money. Maybe that will stimulate the tourism industry.
Your commitment to defending family values is a model for the whole of humanity.
We got good credit for that funeral. That worked out well. I don't know who that guy was. Funeral was, that helped us politically.
Our governmental cell informs me that it has had the opportunity to approach this potential informant.
Sure, it's not like they're going to do anything bad. Alright, end of the year production, not production, under the year, statistics coming in here. Study lists 409 houses be classified as unhealthy. That's nothing. Housing situation looks great. Unhealthy housing situation. No. That looks pretty good. 409, that's it?
Here are the GDP and growth figures for the last year. As you know, these are the most important economic indicators and the most revealing of the health of our economy. This is an average result. We must remain cautious and measure the consequences of our economic stability over the long term.
8% is an average result? You gotta be kidding me. China discovers self-fragrant fiber. Sure, we will be able to buy the products resulting from it, but not use it for our economy. Ooh, public finances. There it is. That's a nice bump for the public finances. Budget excess now up to 6 billion. Very good. Ooh, President of Switzerland. Yeah, let's meet with them. I'll meet with Switzerland. I'll take any meeting I can get at this point. Sweet. Oh, look at that debt. Paid off a good amount of debt there. Okay. Alright, I'm pretty happy with the economy right now. I guess I could go ahead and cut some taxes. I do want to take a look at tourism, because that's a big one, especially if we're going to be conquering Caribbean countries. I would like to take a look at tourism, service industry, because we're going to probably want big tourism in those Caribbean countries, right? So a pro-tourist tourism policy would be good. And I think I can just cut that, I'm hoping the airline tax, cutting the airline tax would help. Let's take a look at service info here. Tourism, we have 7% of the global tourism GDP, that's pretty good. Or no, this is just our services. Tourism is second by year. Let's pause this for a second. No, I don't want that. Tourism and hotel trading, GDP. That's not global. That was our GDP. 7% of our GDP is based on tourism. What the heck? I thought I paused it. Did I miss the meeting? Come on, man. Okay, I'm probably gonna get criticized for that in the channel. Switzerland. Who needed a meeting with them, anyways? Let's see here. It's hotel, tourism, banks. Banks is always at that number, which is just weird. Wish they would fix that in the game. So tourism is second to services. It's really the top individual services. This is like a generic category of all the other miscellaneous services, I guess. Road transportation is pretty good. Okay, so taxes generated. Employment is at 398. They employ a ton of people. So one thing I could do is I could exonerate tourism in general. And I want to write down these numbers actually, so I can track them. GDP is 64 million. That's GDP. And employment is 398,000. So let's drop. This is going to be a test run because I'm not really sure exactly if this has a big impact or not. So let's go ahead and drop that airplane tax, airline tax right there, and cut you 1%. It's going to cost me 900,000 in tax revenue. See if it will pass. That's a yes. They favor neoliberal policies. I think I have a conservative party, so we're good to go with that. Bargain concluded with the Minister of Transportation of Trinidad and Tobago. We have an informant there. Unemployment is at stagnant. It's stagnant at 4%. Budget surplus 1%. Looks great. Okay. Completely missed that meeting with Switzerland. Oh well. We gotta wait for that law to pass, and then we'll wait like a month or two to see what the results are. Probably a week. I don't know. Let's speed it up. What the heck? I clicked right there, and it went to pause. See what happened there? People are gonna yell at me. Okay. Laws being passed. Oh, the other thing that was suggested is Irish exit, an Irish goodbye. No, for the European Union here, leave the Union or leave the Euro. Stay in the Union, stay in the Eurozone, but leave the European Union, or apply for a loan. Nah, I don't want that. Who's that? Madagascar? Who is this guy? I don't know anything about you, Madagascar. You could probably buy stuff cheap from them. They are a supplier of notes. They are a supplier of weapons to terrorist organizations. Look at that. Sneaky, sneaky. Strategically alignment. Popularity, political persuasion. Moral character, very immoral. I want to know the level of democracy, though. And it is not telling me that, where I want to know it. I think maybe if I click on the country, it'll tell me. Perfect democracy 0, this is 34. Creating conflicts, country at war. No. I don't want to worry about that. They're authoritarian, though. I'm not going to meet with them, they're authoritarian. Refuse to meet with you, authoritarian Madagascarians. Ooh, Hurricane Willy Arthur in the Indian Ocean is getting much bigger. Yeah, I don't know how hurricanes work in the Indian Ocean. I know how they work in the Atlantic Ocean. Problem with somebody, some minister. I don't want to mess with that. Law on...
The bill has been voted on, and the law has been
Okay,
passed.
on January 22nd. And we'll see if that leads to
Undoubtedly.
increased tourism. Oh, the other thing, let's see if that increases the traffic to the airport. Where's my airport? Infrastructure. I click on infrastructure and nothing shows up. Everything's disappear. There's the airport. Okay. 18 million passengers in Dublin. And we're going to give it a month, and we're going to see what type of results we have from this. That is my experiment while I'm waiting for other things to unfold. And I guess I could make a deal, another military deal now. With the French, we're going to try to buy fighter planes from them, I guess. I don't want to buy fighter planes, or do I want more ships? I kind of want more ships. I don't know how I'm going to get those fighter planes there. An aircraft carrier. How much would an aircraft carrier cost? $3.4 billion over 3 years. Then I have to buy the fighters to follow it. I don't know. What do you guys think? Should I buy an aircraft carrier? I don't know what type of price I could get for the aircraft carrier. Much lower, hopefully. $2.5 billion. Let's send it. See what happens. One aircraft carrier. Irish aircraft carrier. Alright, doing really great according to the old lady.
Peachy keen. And I tell you that I keep harping on to my great.
Great. That's great. Okay. What's that? Olympics?
Our sportsmen are ready. But if I may, a few words of encouragement.
Winter Olympics. Public finances improving even more. Our surplus is still at 6.42. Oh, here we go. Negotiations. They came back with 4.6. Oh my god, I didn't write down what it was. I think it was 2.4. 2.4 billion. I should have wrote down. I get it. I got criticized again. Okay. Here we go. There's no way I'm buying this aircraft carrier in this round. But let me know if you think I should buy an aircraft carrier.
Our governmental cell informed.
Sure. Not going to be invading them anytime soon. Oh, that came back quickly. Pause. Alright. 4.3. I was at 2.5. Oh, no, go back. I was at 2.5 last time. They went to 4.3. I'll up it to 2.8. Let's see what they come down at. Irish aircraft
Just a week
carrier.
to go before the opening ceremony. Our athletes are very impatient and are looking forward to the beginning.
I wonder what our commitment to the EU is, budget-wise. It probably says it somewhere. Nothing there. There's our tourism budget. 11 million. Foreign affairs is 667 million. Budget has gone up, but our income has gone up even more. Come on. Alright, it was the 22nd, I guess, when that law was passed, so we're going to wait for, I guess, March, and then we'll see what the results are from the airline tax cut. And if they're good results, I'll cut it even more. Boost that tourism all the way up. There also could be other factors affecting it. So that's something that's important to note. Like inflation keeps climbing and growth is declining. Yikes. I gotta cut that sales tax. I should cut the sales tax now. Since I got... Alright, they came down a good amount that time. Let's see. I should cut the sales tax because I have a big surplus. Nope. Let's go right there. 3 billion. And let's take a look at that VAT tax. I got it. Did we cut it? We did cut it back. Wow. And here's the summit.
Regulate the agricultural budget with the European budget.
There you go.
This is the agenda for the next summit. Your presence is, of course,
So
necessary.
I should check
Shall I confirm?
with this one What is the impact of an agricultural budget increase? That should be my check there. The impact of a sales tax cut is 1.5 billion. That's a lot. Could always just cut more income tax across the board, which I think would be cheaper for us, and increase purchasing power, and people might like it more. That might be a better move. See what happens. But that might lead to increased inflation, I think. No. I mean, it would only lead to increased inflation if it stimulated the economy. I gotta get out of this EU so I can drive up the interest rates. Wait a minute. That's the price they're offering? Should I just take it? I don't remember how many negotiations I have with this guy. I might just take this price. I got that down all the way to that price. Should I go for more? Or will I run out of negotiations? I feel like just taking it. Let's try one more. That's not a lot of money. I'll take it. I'll take it. We got an aircraft carrier. No reason to, oh, look at this. Great determination in reducing inequality and social justice. That's good. I want to get the aircraft carrier as soon as possible because I want to pay it off as soon as possible. Because I know that's going to add to my debt. Let's see here. Did it already do it? I don't know. We'll probably see it soon. No, I guess we haven't seen it yet. See it in a week, probably. Irish aircraft carrier on the way. Militarism. Oh, wow. Look at that. We got some protests buying that aircraft carrier. National defense got a big bump. Don't freeze on me, game. Okay, thank God. Pacifist Union. Now, to appease the Pacifist Union, reduce national service is an option. Not a lot of protesters, but the more the military grows, the bigger this gets. Okay, so 3,600 protesters.
Your politics are on the right track.
The army's with me.
At last, the fatherland is ahead who tackles the problems head on. And this is
Good.
Demonstrations are taking place at this very moment in the country's main cities.
Anti-social
All
policies.
of them have come together in opposition of the government, chanting their usual slogans and accompanied by a few emblematic celebrities.
Irish Workers Alliance. That's got to be a union, right? Nope. I don't know who the Irish Worker Alliance is. Key figures. Not any one of these. I don't know who the Irish Worker Alliance is.
Demonstrations are taking place at this very moment in the country's main cities.
That's fine.
All of them have come together.
Okay, good for you. Opening of the Winter Olympics.
This pristine snow is the setting in which these athletes will now shine, whose soul aspires to nothing more than to surpass their individual limits. I wish them good luck in representing their nation with a fair play spirit.
Okay, good. I want to get to the end of this. Let's see if bargain concluded with the Cuban guy. Okay, good. Dublin Airport. Any results here? 18 million still. So that didn't. What happened there? Public finance? Oh, it's the aircraft carrier. But we still have this excess. $5.2 billion excess. Oh wow. Oh no, right there. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so it was at 25. Now it's at 29. Okay. But hey, it's less than what it was. We still got a surplus. And we'll pay that off within a year. So I'm good. It's gonna be a while before they deliver it. I forgot when that was. The other thing I wanted to check out was tourism. Where are you? There you are. Okay. Pause. Tourism. Have you improved at all? I don't see much of an improvement. Very little GDP improvement. GDP only improved about $300,000, and employment only went up. I feel like employment went down. So that's a bogus deal. The cutting the airline taxes. It's bogus. Now my popularity is declining. Nothing there.
The funeral will take place next week.
Bummer, she liked me. That'll get my popularity back up. Attending the funeral, probably. Eliminate head of government. Okay, right? He was a good guy. We want to get rid of him. Let's do it. Let's see what happens with that. And actually, I'm going to say that for the next episode because we're at about 30 minutes. So, thank you for watching. And next episode, we'll see if we assassinated the president of Venezuela. I'd probably do that prematurely because I didn't want to assassinate him right away. But I guess it'll take time for a new corrupt leader to actually do something bad and then for us to find out about it. So, we got time for that. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this episode more than the last one. I'm pretty sure people will still enjoy it. I see all the likes there, and I appreciate the likes. Please continue to do so. Again, I'm also looking for another series because I think Brazil might be over. I am going to be posting another Brazil. I'm waiting for Brazil. One more Brazil episode's coming. I'm just waiting for it to be monetized because for some reason they're getting YouTube saying it's not suitable for advertisers. I get those once in a while, and they always, after I get a review, they always say it is, so it's not a big problem. Sure, it will be, but this one's just taking a little bit longer than usual. It's almost a week now. It's not a week yet, but it's almost a week because I recorded all the episodes last Thursday, Thanksgiving. So I'll post this one as soon as I get this one monetized, and maybe Brazil will actually be posted before this too. So, but I am thinking of a new series. I'm looking for new series. Again, anyone who supports me on Patreon and offers a suggestion will automatically get a series. Just let me know. And thanks for the likes. Thanks for the supports. Please feel free to comment. Good, bad, ugly, I don't care. Let me know what you think. And thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next episode.